and he went off the steroids, started getting a more natural physique, started actually working on his acting technique.
Yeah.
And now he's starting to do other stuff. That was a smart pivot for him. I don't know that Dwayne Johnson is capable of such a pivot. This occurred to me when we were at the theater watching Snow White. I was at the bathroom and the guy next to me was at the urinal next to me. And I thought to myself, sometimes you can just look at a person and know that guy's got an enormous prostate.
Welcome to... Was I the guy next to you at the time? Okay. Welcome to Two Gaming Dudes.
Moana 2 sucked.
All right.
This movie sucks.
Yeah. Now we're getting into my realm of animation. I didn't hate this.
Really?
I really didn't.
I didn't like
it, but I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't hate it. Like at no point was I ever offended by this and like, oh my god, you've ruined the Moana legend or anything. It was fine.
Okay. If that's what we're using as a criteria for hate, then I guess I didn't hate it.
One thing to note on here, and this may change your outlook, this was never supposed to be a movie. This was a TV series.
Ah.
And they'd actually already filmed most of this. So what you're seeing is like 5 episodes mashed together and then edited and stitched.
Got it.
And turned into a movie.
Why did they choose to go that route instead?
Money, mostly. Disney streaming is suffering.
Yeah.
It's losing money hand over fist. And at the time, everything they were putting in theaters was also suffering and sucking. But Moana is one of those IPs where like, oh, we could milk the shit out of this and make a lot of money still. Mm-hmm. If we put this in theaters, children will want to come and see this.
Well, they did.
And they did. And it was the whole, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to refilm all this and like redo it? No. Just take that TV show we made and shove it all together and just kind of mush it.
Man.
And that's why you have these characters that have no development. Because each character was supposed to have like their own episode or their own storyline. By the time you reach the end, you'd actually know who these people are. They didn't have time for that. You cut all that stuff out.
I guess my biggest complaint, it was just extremely boring. Not well thought out and not well done. Within the first minute, inside of the first minute, you get this long explanatory dialogue where they're setting up backstory about this god did this and then the other gods did this and she got mad in the water. Okay. And throughout the film, they do that like 4 more times. This took 6 minutes of explanatory dialogue. I was shut out immediately. I was done.
Okay, so that's a streaming thing. And they did it on purpose. So since this was meant for streaming...
They know that I'm playing World of Warships while it's on.
So was everyone.
World of War available now at the App Store along with Signal.
Yeah. So in order for you to understand what's happening in the story, they got to repeat the same thing 5 times because you missed it the first 4.
Because I was screwing around on my phone.
Right. So that's why they do this. And they just left it. And like, if we don't keep this in the movie, then the movie would be too short. So,
but I was so bored by it, and it was so convoluted, and none of it made any sense, that literally within 5 minutes, I was on my phone, checked out. And it's not just me, because we watched it as a family. I looked up at some point, it was maybe 30 minutes into the movie. I just kind of looked up and scanned the room.
Right. Everyone on their phone.
Tracy is on her phone. The youngest isn't paying attention. She's on her phone. The oldest kids are in the other room playing Nerf War. So it wasn't just me.
I actually saw this in the theater. And it was with my wife because she really liked the first one.
So did
I did. I liked the first one too. And this one, about 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in, I lean over because I was going to say something, and she is sound asleep. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, all I remember from it is some god split the water.
Yeah.
And if she goes and does something, the water converges, and then other seafarers can come there and meet.
That's close enough.
Sure. That's all okay. Who was the bad guy? I don't remember.
There wasn't one. Was sort of. I mean, there was like some big storm god thing at the end, but you didn't really see it kind of until the very end, and then sort of, but not really.
The funny coconut guys were there. That's kind of neat. I remember at the end, they're like these African seafarers. I'm like, well, that's not historically. Africans never sailed the Pacific. What is this? It was just awful. Like,
it's very weird.
Nobody thought any of this through. It was just ham-fisted, cobbled together and thrown out there.
If this had been what it was intended to be, which was a TV series...
Then it'd be a shitty, boring TV series?
Well,
That's not better.
Well, I mean, then it would have been like 8 episodes or 10 episodes or whatever it is that they go for a miniseries
and I'd have stopped at episode 2 and said not worth it?
Probably. Or maybe as a TV series, when you actually have everything that it's supposed to have, you would actually have the story.
I keep Disney Plus because it comes with my Hulu. It's $4.99 a month. $4.99 a month. I get Hulu and Disney Plus together.
Sure.
And it's worth it because I don't want to have to recreate an account when Andor comes out.
Okay.
And you've got access to the classic stuff. I guess that's neat. Beyond that, I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care.
I don't blame you. I mean, I got rid of mine. And then you're like, Chuck, but how are you watching all these?
Get us in trouble. You're gonna get us in trouble, man. It made huge money. Enormous money.
So here's the thing. It made a lot of money, and I think that really sucks. Because the message that sends to Disney is, we don't even have to try. And they're not wrong. They don't really have to try. Compare the music to this one to the music in the first one. The first one had some really fantastic music, some great songs. This one had some incredibly mediocre, just very average songs. They weren't great in any way. But the kids all sang along, and so it seems to be fine, and it still made money.
If they make $1.05 billion on no effort at all, that's fine for those people. You're not going to get my money anymore.
No.
Maybe ever again. You've lost me.
It's sad that there are times, like, I feel a weird, almost victory over Snow White bombing so hard. Because freaking try harder. Make better films and better movies, and I'll pay the money and watch it, and you'll get the audience. But this low-effort garbage, I mean, it sucks. And when the low-effort garbage makes a ton of money...
It reinforces it.
It just reinforces it. So it's off to Toy Story 7 or whatever we're making next. And I'm sure Moana 3 is on the way. And a Moana live action.
This time she goes to space.
Well, she might as well. She ends the movie as a goddess now. She's like a demigod or something. And I'm like,
yeah.
Is that how that works?
I got to imagine for the next one, for part 3, they're on the island, everything's wonderful. And then on the horizon, they see like some British galleons start showing up. Like, oh, look, more travelers from the other side of the world. And then suddenly they start offloading troops with guns and shit and subjugate your people like... Well, what usually happens when my ancestors encountered less evolved ancestors, we didn't work out good for the natives. Great for us, not so great for you.
Definitely one of the problems here is you've taken a character who was a lot of fun in the first movie.
Yeah.
You know, it was a story of a girl going on this epic adventure that was way over her head, but she had to...
She had to grow and rise to the occasion.
Exactly.
Yes.
In this one, she's just a Marvel superhero.
Yeah, going through a stupid journey that makes no sense. I still don't understand the water was apart, now it's to get...
Well, it's very vague. Usually in a movie like this, you're running against the clock. So you get the vision of, your village will be destroyed. When? In like 12
Fast,
generations.
Go, next scene, go.
Like,
start the scene. Yeah.
No, it was your village is all gonna die. When? In like 12 generations or so. So I've got time, is what you're saying. I don't have to rush out right this instant.
No. I didn't even catch that, because I was checked out already.
I just thought that was funny, the whole ticking clock thing. It made sense in the first one, because you were literally seeing the leaves die. You were seeing this black ooze creep. You're like, oh, everybody's starving because they went out and there's no fish. But in this one, they're like, yeah, your whole culture is going to be wiped away. When? 100 years, 200 years? I don't know. Later.
Well, we better do something.
You better go now. Should I go right now? Yeah, go now. Why right now? I don't know.
Do you want to think and plan first?
Nah, just go. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is piss poor. Piss poor. One of the worst movies I've seen in a long time.
Not one of the worst movies I've seen. but also, it was okay. It was very mediocre.
Okay.
It had one or two moments that made me smile, but for the most part, eh.
It is a solid F- for me.
Would love to know what you think. I know you don't hate it as much as Wish, because that was god-awful. But did you see Moana 2? Would love to know your thoughts. Leave it in the comments below. Or, if not that, what's one of the worst Disney animated films you've seen recently?
As an aside, I'm not sure, but I think maybe I've had enough of Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
You would not be alone.
I mean, I think we've
There's
seen him.
a lot of people who have had enough of Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Haven't we? We've seen him do everything he's capable of.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Like, the closest analogy I can come up with is Dave Bautista realized, okay, they've seen me do all this shit. Let me switch gears. And he went off the steroids, started getting a more natural physique, started actually working on his acting technique.
Yeah.
And now he's starting to do other stuff. That was a smart pivot for him. I don't know that Dwayne Johnson is capable of such a pivot.
We're gonna have a conversation about that later.
Okay.
Where we're gonna look at Dwayne Johnson, Vin Diesel, and Jason Statham.
Okay.
And how, after what I've learned, I almost have a little bit more respect for Jason Statham out of the three.
Okay.
Because he's the only one self-aware enough to know
Yeah.
exactly what's going on. So unlike any of the others, he's actually in on it. And he's like, I get it.
Okay. I mean, that's
And that's
valuable.
interesting. So yeah, we'll get into that later. But for now, Moana 2.
Turd. Big steaming floppy stinking turd.
Leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll see you in another episode.
Bye.
Later.